Hi guys and welcome. So glad you could join me. Today we're going to be looking at making some floral arrangements with flowers on a budget. And this would be flowers that you can pick up at your dollar store or maybe at your variety store. There's going to be 7 different ones, and I hope you leave me a comment below about the one that you prefer the best or that you think you might try to make. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. So let's go. So here you have the first 3. Contestant number 1. This one is actually just 2 little bunches here. We have this one that has 3 sunflowers on there. And then this is just a filler that you put in. Of course, the medium is very important. I got this amber colored vase, just to be in the spirit of fall. And then I put the beads in here, which I'll show you those. Because the medium is really important. So you could just use like these and you put them in there and then you just stick it in. For right here, I did put what's called burlap around it, and it comes like this. It's a ribbon, and you can just wrap it around and you can secure the back with either a glue gun, glue from that, or you can use clear tape if you want. And then you can add this onto it. That's called raffia. And this is what it looks like. You just tie a little string around there. So this is the first one. And then this one now, this one is number 2. And this one also has the burlap and the raffia around here as well. And on here, I did put some berries. This is one bunch. This is another one. Actually, these look more like pomegranates, I think. And these smaller ones are berries. And it's good to get the very dark color red, because of matching in the whole season of fall. You don't want it to be too red like at Christmas time. And then these, just a couple picks of those different colored leaves. Everything comes together very nicely. These were actually just ones that had fallen in my backyard that I picked up and stuck in there. Now, because of the shape of this one, we couldn't put the beads in to come far up enough based on the length of the flowers. So what I did was to just get some floral foam. It's a little crunchy because this is for dried arrangements. And then you just cut it based on the size that you need. You stick it in there and then just stick the flowers. So it gets stuck about to here, and then you leave it in, and then you just stick these in one at a time. And it's not a perfect science, so you just go one by one until you get to where you're trying to get to. So that's number 2. This one is number 3. A little quaint. This may maybe go in a powder room or somewhere like that. It doesn't always have to be about yellow and orange. For this one, I did cut them off separately. I snipped them off, and you can use this to do that. You just snip it off with that, and you stick them in individually. And then this is another spray here again for the fillers. These came from my yard. They were just spent seed pods from some Dutch iris that I grew there. And these are just some little fillers that you can just snip off on one of the little branches that you would get and stick them in there. So that's number 3. So here we have the next set of 3. This one over here, this one is more like a French country style. And these were just, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I usually like doing them in amounts of 5, like 5 different bunches, but because it's so spread out, and it's okay. So this is more like a French country, like I said, and almost giving a dried arrangement feeling of how they're looking here. More seed pods from my Dutch iris from my garden, and these are just some little ones that we put in here to just give it a little bit of a pop. So this is number 4. Here we have number 5. This one is more clean lines, if you have like a mid-century modern style in your house, or you just like clean lines, and this would be a good one to use. And this is just one spray of sunflowers that I stuck in there. And these are some dried branches that fell in my yard, so I grabbed those. The medium in this one is dried moss, and I can show you what that looks like. It comes in a package that looks like this. So you just open it out and you stick it in there, and then you stick them in, based on where you want them to be arranged. So that's number 5. And then over here, this one's a little whimsical. That's what I like to call it because it just looks very playful. And in this one now, what we did was to just put one sprig. This is just one sprig here, but because they're flexible, you can bend them in the way that you want so they can fold out and fill up the space. And a couple, you know, of these here that were snipped off from the parent branch and then just stuck in there. All right, and so we have this. We have these that had the little feathers. All of them came together. So everything just kind of gives it that very playful look. Could be for a kid's room, you know, to give it that autumn feel. So that's number 6. And now for the last one. This one, I like to call it a little bit of a mixed bag because it has a lot of different things going on. These are just the usual leaves that come in a little bunch. And of course, they're different colors with the same fall theme. I did put 2 sunflowers in here. You can snip off what you don't want and leave what you do, which is what I did in this case. I left 2 of them. And we have some berries, dark red color, of course, to match with the fall season. And these came from my yard. They fell off from the trees back there. So I incorporated those as well. And down here, you'll see where I have some little fall vegetables in here, squash and so on. Of course, you can put pine cones or whatever you want to put in there, you know, just to make it fun. We have the burlap here again and the raffia on it. And so this is our number 7. And remember to choose the one that you like. Make a note in the comments so I can see them. I also want to show you how to look at a wreath that I made for the door, because we want to welcome our guest in. So we start with the theme from outside, and it has a burlap bow, and I'll show you in an upcoming video how I made this from the ribbon at the dollar store. So I really do appreciate you watching. Thanks so much, and I hope you'll get to make some of these.